Members, I want to talk about the open domestic bidding as a method of procurement. Others will go slowly, but let us first start with open domestic bidding as a method of procurement. For example, in case a person wants to buy cars, a person wants to buy cars in an organization. That person will come from a particular department, and that person will fill in what is called a requisition form. After filling in a requisition form, the requisition form will go to the head of that organization, ministry, whatever. Because for me, I'm basically talking about government procurement. Though there is also private, but I'm basically talking about government procurement, and specifically in Uganda, to be more specific. For example, a person who heads an organization, who's heading procurement in an organization, will be called an accounting officer, who's the overall head of procurement in an organization, will be called an accounting officer. And for example, in ministries, it is the permanent secretary heading the technical, because the permanent secretary heads the technical bit of the ministry, while the ministers head the political wing of the ministry. So there are two heads in a ministry, but it could be in an organization, an authority headed by a CEO. That one can also be an accounting officer. So when a person needs cars, he will fill in a requisition form, and then he will send the requisition form to the accounting officer or head of the procurement in the whole organization, and it for approval. After being approved, it will be sent to the procurement department. When it is sent to the procurement department, they are going to give it a reference number. After it is given a reference number, it will be sent to the head of department or head of procurement there, head of the procurement unit. The head of procurement unit will decide which officer will handle that particular procurement after it has been allocated a reference number. Thereafter, the first thing the officer will do is to look through that procurement to understand it much more better, know the estimate amount, and the officer will know, for example, if the estimate amount is 200 million, for example, the officer will just know that is open domestic bidding if it is done locally within the country, or open international bidding if it is an international procurement. So now the officer will make another document, not a document as such, who it is like an internal memo, requesting for approval of that method, and it will be the contracts committee to approve the method, approve the evaluation team members, because it will be the responsibility of the officer to determine and create the evaluation team members from the user department, because they're the ones who know best what they want. So the officer will create the evaluation team members, approve the method, or send to contracts committee for approval. When approved, even approval of the method, as I said, and the document. So you will prepare even the document